That's probably much better. Like, just so you can barely hear it. It doesn't need to be overpowering. It's just something. Yes, you are first, Ashley. Ice melter. Good evening, Ashley. How are you doing? It's been so long. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, I love you too. You're so sweet. As I try to adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Go like that, I guess. I'll do that. Anyway, welcome rewinders and people that enjoy watching me do pixel art, especially as it relates to Junkyard Juggernauts, the game, as opposed to, well, so Paul is doing this. Paul, my co-host of the Retro Round podcast, in case you're not familiar with him. I think most of you are, who are probably watching this. But he keeps, when he's doing his illustration drawing, because he's doing some illustrations for the instruction manual, and he always says, oh, the animators, this is too detailed for the animators. I'm like, we're not animating this. But he's, and someone new, B Gear. I don't know, if you watch this later, B Gear, then I'm probably getting your name wrong, and I'm sorry. But they're new to Paul's stream, as like they just followed it today, and I was like, Paul, you should like explain that. Like, I was trying to nudge him, hey, explain that we're not actually animating this, because I can just imagine people being like, whoa, this is gonna be like a show. This looks cool, and then being gravely disappointed. But he's making it to look like an animation cell, which that's great. Love that. Love how he's thinking about it. Anyway, but I don't know why I went off on that tangent now that I think about it. But, because I said the game. Well, it is a game. It's not an animation. It's not a movie or an animated show or a storybook or anything like that. It's going to be a board game. And tonight what I'm planning on doing is, so I have these character cards, and this is backwards. Let's flip this around here. Get to the right one. Okay. So we have these character cards. This one's Riviera. And there's a lot of text on here, which I plan on changing. Hey, Dale. Yes, the non-animated series. Exactly. So like Batman, but not. Anyway. These are the character cards. I'm working to have a lot less text on these, but something that so in the con I went to, they were saying how this is just too much text, too much on this for me to focus on, and there is a lot on this. So in addition to making all these sections a lot shorter, I'm also going to essentially these two sections, which are sort of unlockable abilities, I'm taking those off. I'm going to transfer them, as well as several others that you get when you level up, to a card. This is just a random power card, but it's going to be somewhere like there'll be a cutout right around here to see the bottom of this card through. And then as you level up, you're going to slide either this up or the card down, and you'll see the next level and the next level. And based on how you've built, like how you build your Juggernaut, these are sort of fixed, but each level requires more of these to match in order to get that ability. So you might level up and you'll get a little benefit, but if you want the special ability, you'll have to have these matching. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is trying to set up at least a pixel art for that element. Dale says, we're not readers, dude. Okay, well, but are you a board game player? Because that's what matters, is the board game playing ability. Have you given any more thought to the word game that you're wanting to do, Joe? Or is that sort of like this back burner project? I'll get to it at some point. It's like one of those, like, I'd like to work on that, but right now there's too many other things going on in life, which, if that's the case, I completely understand. All right, so I essentially have back here just a stand-in. It's just a blank, what the size of a standard playing card would be. I am actually going to check that now, because whenever you see a card like this versus like this, like this always seems like, is it really that tall? That seems like too tall. Versus this is like, oh no, that's the right amount, but it's just an optical illusion. But I'm just going to double check that I didn't get anything wrong here. So if I select it, we have 75 by 105, which is down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but it's right down here. And that's this. Essentially, when you scale that up 1,000%, or when you times 10 it, you get 750 by 1050, which is, I think, exactly the pixel dimensions of a 300 DPI playing card. That's 2.5 by 3.5 inches. That's a lot right there. Sometimes I forget how much they're like coming to this game. It's been a lot of like stuff I used when I was working at an ad agency and did a lot of print work, and then doing just production graphics in my next job, and doing pixel art for the podcast. I feel like God's been using all these different elements of my past to prepare me for doing this type of project. So that's kind of cool to see. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. First off, I'm gonna establish these little they look like little almost like upside down food coloring things, these drips, upside down drips maybe. I need to move them down. So let's work on that first, because they're gonna ideally line up with, well, let me see if I can do this. Specialize, let's do this. So I'm just gonna try to get, this isn't gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be something like this. So I got this, we're going to flip vertically. So this isn't perfect because the reflections are not right, but something like this, so that so stage 3 is this, and then stage 2 is going to be something like, I don't know, like this, and then we'll copy this, and then level 1, all you need is this one, something like that, or it might be reversed. I'm not sure exactly what it'll be, but it'll be something like that, where for each level you need to have these in place lined up with this in order to get it to work. Ashley said to run some publicity and reshared your stream for folks on the platform formerly known as Twitter. Aw, I don't have many followers, but I thought I'd share. I appreciate that so much, Ashley. Thank you so much. Yours. Oh, I get to see the tweet. Just so people know that's what I'm doing tonight. Thank you. How are you doing, Dale? How was your day? Was it sort of a standard day? How are things going for you? And same for you, Ashley. I mean, I sort of know, but if you want to share for everyone else, feel free to. All right, so we're going to move this specialization element down here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this sort of extra bars. It was mainly there to sort of separate these actions which you get at the start from these ones that you don't get. I don't know if I need those anymore, so I'm going to get rid of these extra bar things. Hey, Bobo. Cellcast with the raid. Thank you so much. What were you streaming tonight? Were you doing more of the it's like a Squire game, I think? What is that called? Silly Squire? Plain Squire? Squire of the Last Crusade? Something like that? I don't know. And I should have said, Bobo says, "Hi, Francesco!" Would have been a raid of 2, but I got impatient. That's fair. Ashley says, hanging in there. The symptoms of Meniere's disease aren't for the faint of heart. Yeah, thankfully things are on the mend. Yeah, I hope that continues. Ashley, I hate so much that you're going through that. Howdy what? Howdy Roy. I got something to say to that.
My name ain't Roy.
That's right. That's right. Cellcast. Bob says, Squired Root. Is that what it's called? It's called Squire. Plucky Squire. That's it. Squired Root. As in squared root. That's pretty fine. Dale says, standard day for me. Work mostly. Yeah. Did you guys have anything yummy for dinner? Ashley made this. It's like my favorite dish she makes. It's called kielbasa pasta with broccoli. And it's just, those are all mixed together. And it's just super yummy. Plucky Duck the Game. Oh, what is this? Tiny Toon Adventures? Okay, so let's get rid of this extra stuff. And I might be able to actually get these a little closer to one another, which would be helpful. Okay. So let's try that. Let's make these each a little closer, because I plan now having little pluses. Oh, maybe I could just make that in the pixel art. Little pluses together. Oh, I've lost it. I should put them. I can either make them touching and then do something like that, but then it will look weird. So I probably need to have this separation back. Done. And then go back to this and have this. Geez, I did it for both of them. What was I thinking? I wasn't. That's the problem. No thinking here. All right, that plus that plus that. Yakisoba noodles, Korean barbecue flavor. That sounds yummy, Baba. Joe says, need Chevy Chase to tell us you're not Roy. Why? Why Chevy Chase? I'm probably not getting the reference still. I made myself a salad tonight. Nice. Do you have a preferred salad, like Caesar, Mexican, like, or is it just like, I don't know, leaves, Francisco? Why are you making me specify? Soulcast says, is Francisco quiet or is it just me? I think it's just you. No. Oh, hold on. It might be that whole like it makes me go down when I shouldn't be, though. I don't think I have any programs that would do that for here, but let me check. Thank you for saying something. Let's see. No, I'm at 50. I could raise myself over here for y'all. So now I should be a little louder. La. Hopefully that's better. I could also speak up into the microphone, if you would prefer. Seems quiet to me, but most streamers have been lately. LA. Oh, law. I see. Okay, so I got that going. Now you get amplified throat clears. Isn't that the best? Right? Said no one ever is right. So I don't want this being too close to the... Oh, I think I'm gonna get rid of this little thing because I want essentially this card split down the middle. Well, let's see. I was thinking I'd have it split. Well, yeah, let's figure out how that's gonna work. Law, exactly, Baba. Soulcast says, Baba, is that Los Angeles or Louisiana? I think he's just going la. He's because I was doing law. I think that's Lost in Space. I still hate that when I do this, you guys don't hear the echo or the ambience or the hello, I'm in a warm theta. I don't know why you wouldn't hear that. It should go through. Yeah, it's so strange that you don't hear the warmness of the theater. I hear it, and it's beautiful. But whatever. Traditional, just what I had in the fridge. Lettuce, tomato, cucumber. Okay, so you made it yourself. It wasn't like a prepackaged thing or anything like that. Okay, nice. L.A. Law. I remember LA Law. I would watch it occasionally. I don't think I got it though as a kid, because this would have been when I was like elementary school, late elementary school. I think it was on. Okay, so this the blessing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the blessing, and so the nameplate should probably go off. Oh no, I want the. Okay, I'm gonna have a different nameplate because I want this top part. So let's duplicate the nameplate. Duplicate, this is going to be nameplate top. And then we're going to erase the bottom part and hide that so I don't see it anymore. Delete that. Okay, now I have this division down the middle. And I'm hoping this continues on down below. Is it? Oh, it's not on Peacock already, LA Law? I'm surprised by that. I would have figured it would be on there already. Okay. So, and I'm going to get rid of this bleed. That just tells me where the card would be chopped. here's what I'll do, just so I can see the division better. I am, well, first off, do I want a division of black? I think I do. I think I do. Okay, let's do this then. Let's hide these specializations. Let's go to the card. And on the card, we're going to have the different sections, because these are still going to be actions and reactions. And how I'm going to set this up is I was saying this a bit on, hey, Ken, I was saying this a bit on Paul's stream earlier, is that I'm going to have different, essentially, these are job cards. So when you start off, you don't have anything, and you just have your, well, I'll go back to this because it's probably the best example I have at present. Again, it's not, oh, actually, well, no, I think I could do this. Hold on, let me get this up. Because I did have a reduction in the text I was using. It's not this character, it's a different character, but yeah, so we were just talking about what you guys had for dinner. Ken says, howdy y'all, and Bob says, hey, Ken. Dale says, it was usually bedtime for me about the time that came on LA Law. How's the road trip? And Ken says, great road trip, great to be home again. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to open up, let's see here. Mageineer Matt Gem. Nope, that's not it. It's going to be one of these others. All right, we'll look at more of here. Okay. Which one is it? Where is the mechanical for hope? Oh, that's right. It's not in Affinity Designer. It's in Affinity Publisher. Silly me. Getting all my affinities confused. Did you have a favorite place that you got to go on your road trip, Ken? Of all the places and did you complete your 50th state? I feel like you might have. Or did you just do your contiguous 48? Okay, not now. Open mech limbs, Mageineer punch out metal. That's what I want. Yep, finished the 50th state. That's so cool. All right, so this is what I have so far. So a little different. You'll notice that the text on this one, even though we're flipped, in attack, I just have it sort of, instead of attack being up here, and then there's two columns, and then focus charges down here. It's just row, row, row. So we have total attack, targeted attack, focus charge. It's just boom, boom, boom. So, and then the stack shock part is going to just go away. And so there's going to be, I can have even more sort of room in here for just like, well, it may not be more room because I'm going to have this little section right down here chopped up, because that's where you'll slide in the job cards. So these jobs, these are going to be job cards that are going to be double-sided. There's going to be essentially almost like a dueling roles. So for instance, I have that's not the one. Where is it? Okay, so I'm going to have the jobs I have right now in my head, that I've jotted down for wind. So Hobart's element, or the card, and anyone can take any of these jobs, but I'm going to try to make them so that they will be most beneficial if you match the element that's sort of tied to. But the jobs are Templar Spy, so Templar side, Spy side, Commodore Pirate, Sage Barbarian, and Monk Judge. And those are tied with the dualistic elements of each spirit of the four cardinal spirits in Galmany. So anyway, you don't see like stack shock or I have the storm or anything. That's gone. Actually, I have storm. Makes you think. Let me pause real quick. Lord God, we pray over everyone who's currently facing in the Yucatan or will face soon the storm of Milton. Lord, we pray for your provision, your protection over certainly all the brethren, but all people, Lord God. And that anyone who has to go through this, that even though they don't want to, I don't think anyone wants to go through this. I pray that you use this somehow, some way to bring more people to you. And that you would ultimately be glorified even in the midst of this chaotic destruction. Please, Lord, bring us out of this fallen world soon when your Son returns. For all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. All right. Ken says, so Grand Canyon, French Quarter, Kennedy Space Center. I won one. One, Ken. You can't give me all of them. You can't like them all. What's your favorite? No, you can like them all. And families seen the southern part of the U.S. That's so cool. For me, of all those, since I've seen the Grand Canyon, I think Kennedy Space Center would be pretty awesome. Lay Rosie, hello, Rosie. How are you doing? Jill says, hi, Rosie. Ken says, yes, I can't. Fine. Those are one together. How are they one together? But fine. Rosie says, hi to Dale. All right, so let's get back to, so that's sort of like what we're sort of, how the new sort of, how things are looking to be a little more simplified on the card, but we're trying to get even more simplified. So we're taking out this bomb section. We're going to cut it out. So let me start there. So I know what I'm working with in terms of that. So I know I need to have at least 4 pixel separation from these guys, because these ideally are going to be cut out, like these little sections here. Whoa, that's upside down. I want to be cut out so you can put your little cubes for tracking in those. So it'll be a nice little like cutout section. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make these. No, I think sorry, I'm like, I was thinking through something earlier, like do I just get dual boards that are these, and then you track your Juggernaut stats on this, but then you have this separation from your Juggernaut and then the stats, and I'm not even sure if the dual boards would work here. Actually, you know what? Let's take a quick look, guys. Let's go look at this is not art, which is kind of frustrating, them being all off kilter, but let's give this a try here. Rose says, I'm doing well, almost done with all this dental work. Oh my gosh. So like, what have you had to have done, Rosie? Like root canals, crowns? I've been there. I don't know if it's that type of stuff or something else. Dale says they're all in one country. I guess that's true, Dale. I guess that's true. Okay. I want game crafter. I will show this here in a second, guys. I'm just gonna go here first at custom component, and I want boards. Okay. So we're looking at boards here, and we want dualator. There's 3 different versions. So there's this 8x10, which I was originally thinking I might use for the player mats, which are, if you haven't played recently, they look very different now. They look, let's see if I can bring that up, because it's probably helpful to be able to just, instead of just, hey guys, imagine what I'm talking about, probably be helpful if you actually saw it. Plus, anyone watching this later in the VOD be like, oh, interesting. What's this Junkyard Juggernauts thing? Oh, that looks kind of cool. I like that. Okay, I think this is right. Okay, so this is Gem, for instance. So now you have you track your left arm and right arm stats up here, and your left leg and right leg stats down here. Okay. So, and then the charges that you add to the mill can add to that. That's why there's these little pluses here and here. Anyway, so I was thinking, could I move these like onto a board that's this? But to have like this, essentially, let's see how much space. This is essentially 8x8. So I would need at least 8 inches across. For something like this, unless I was going to stack them, but then I don't think that would look very good. So let's look at what the sizes are here. So there's an 8x4, so I guess it'd be possible to have, let's see, there's this 8x4 one. Let's think about this, because I'm sort of thinking out loud as we're going, guys. So if we have this guy right here, and we have up at the top, we have the stats for the Juggernaut you have, and then we have the art for Riviera, like we have the stats sort of up in this section. So I can't combine these two images very well. But the stats are above this guy, this card, in little dual layers, so you could like pop in and just track your stats up here, above this card. So like right here, you track these stats. So these orange and purple bands would be up here, and then you see this character. This is 4 inches tall. Oh, but it's still, we're still talking about 825. Okay, see, this is the thing with the dual layers. They're too expensive because essentially this costs like, I don't know, $1, something like that. I don't know. Well, it's way cheaper than this. Yeah, so this, and I would need 4 of these, would be $768. So that's just for those. It's let's say $32 just to have 4 dual layer boards. Okay, so we're scrapping that idea. It's a no-go, too expensive. I can do that. Even the smaller one is like, yeah, all these are super expensive, so not doing that. We're not worrying about that. Forget it. That is out the window. Because because I'm gonna have essentially I ideally want to have a print and play version, a econ version, and then the deluxe version. And even the deluxe version, I don't want it to be like as high as that would make it. So anyway, let me catch up with you guys. Rosie says, I had a tooth break a while back, had a root canal done. Now doing the crown next Wednesday, yeah. Plus some cavities filled. Thankfully, I haven't been in much pain through all of it. Well, I'm glad for that, Rosie. Says sarcastically, me and my doctor are going to be best friends by the time it's all over. Hey, Doc, let's go out for barbecue. Glad that's almost done. Says Babo, I think I'm the reason my dentist retired when he did. Wow. You and me both, yeah. Lord God, we pray over Rosie that you please care for her through the final stages of this dental treatment. Please see her through it, Lord God. May these, as it ends, please, Lord, may her pain leave her. May she not have any more issues. And may you protect the rest of her teeth from breaking. Amen. All right, so we got this, showing you guys this. So we're not going to have that on this. So we're back to what we were working on before. So we are going to do, we're going to have little sections. First, like, where is this going to be divided up? How are we going to do that? Let's just make little boxes here. And then, I have a new layer. I don't think I want it on the full thing, but I know I want 3 boxes. So let me turn this up. Oh, whoops, that's not there. Oh, interesting. Okay, turn that off. And let's divide this up into sort of 3 different sections. So we'll take this, and it'll be something like, I'm probably just gonna have, I don't know if I want it to touch, because part of me wants to have in the middle like a little like LV1, LV2, LV3. So we'll go something like that for now, and then add in over here, there, and then there. So that'll be the bottom one, and let's go ahead and we'll round off this top part. Like this too. Yeah, because I just want them to be little buckets. I don't want them to be like boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's one, and then this one will be colored this way. Ah, dang it. Don't do that. So that'll be that one, and then we just repeat this. I feel like I want to carry on with this style, though. So let's do this again. Boop, boop. Yeah, that's exactly how it should look. Do. Okay, so now they're consistent. And this one, because this is odd, it is, let me move this just a little bit. Because this is an odd number of pixels, it's not going to give me okay, now I have it random. Now it'll be perfectly reflective. But for this first one, I need to move it over 1. So let's take that off, because it's 2 pixels away from the border here. All right, there we go. So now they're even for the most part. Ken says, please pray for Sir Jaziel, who is now in the hospital. Fine long. Yeah. Lord God, we also lift up Sir Jaziel, who's in the hospital, suffering from long COVID, Lord God, on top of his other medical stuff. I don't know how public he is with that, Ken. I forget. But please, Lord, see him through this long COVID. Please, may it not be, even though it's long, may it not be long for him. May you bring healing to his body, regenerate his cells, his antibodies and everything that fights COVID. Lord, please may it go into overdrive to rid him of this sickness. We pray you bring him your comfort, your peace, be with all the medical professionals treating him, and may be able to leave the hospital soon. Amen. Thank you for that prayer request, Ken. Rushmore, what's up, Captain? What's up, Kirk? How are you doing? On top of it, yeah, his ALS. Okay, so yeah, thank you for sharing, because I wasn't quite sure. I know, share that internally, but I forget if he shared that outside of his Discord. Okay, so we're gonna move these up. So we want 3 of these. Oh, which should be easy. Okay, perfect. And now, okay, and now I can have the title. Oh, that's right. That's right. I want these all, which I don't need to select since I'm moving them all. I want these up here, because down here is where it's gonna be, or maybe not. Oh, and then Ashley on the YouTube saying hi to Rushmore Show. Thank you. Thank you for the Lord, Ken. Thank you for praying, Rosie. And then Kirk says hello, Ashley. And then all the love from Rosie. We hit 1K tonight. Oh yeah. I wish I had a sound clip for that. Let's see. I don't think I do, but here you can have this one, free of charge.
My name ain't Roy.
There you go. That's as good as applause, right? Right? I'm sure it is. So wow, Francisco. Wow. Yeah, that is so cool, Rushmore. In the big leagues. Do they don't like send out a copper play button or anything? Or a bronze or whatever that would be. That'd be cool though, if you got that. Adele says, did the majority of people that visited you at the con made the suggestion to make these cards less work? Yes, that's exactly what happened. I got that over and over and over. I mean, it wasn't like I had like tens of people playing the game, but I had everyone who did. I'd say 90% of them said something about so much on these cards and these cards. So I'm actually reducing the text on these cards. Like right now, how many lines is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lines of text on this card. I'm actually working to reduce all of these so that the tile can still be 1 or 2. 1 ideally, but except for 1 card, I'm making a rule that these all have to be 4 lines, so that it's not like so much reading. You need that clip? I can send it to you. Do you have people calling you Roy also? Rushmore says, oh, no, I read that. Dale says that voice I thought earlier was no, that's not Chevy Chase. That's Tom Selleck. That's why you said Chevy Chase. Okay, that makes so much more sense, Dale. No, but I want to make one. Oh, bronze play button, yes. Okay, so down here is where I don't know if it'd be down here. I think it actually makes more sense to be up here, because you're picking the job, so I want the Templar job. Okay, so I take Templar. So this is the Templar side we're looking at now, let's say. Versus you flip it over, and then it's going to be the... What's it going to be called? The spy side. So actually, that's wind. So these would be the sage or barbarian side. So I'm thinking the sage side would be more maybe defensive actions or reactions, and the barbarian would be a lot more offensive. And so you get these special abilities as you level up. You start with none. And then when you do your first heroic feat, you pick a card, your job card. It can be something that matches your element, or it could be something else. But whoever sort of heroic feats first, they get to pick first, and it just goes like that. They couldn't read a paragraph? No, apparently they couldn't. One isolated thing, you have like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these cards in your hand, and it's your first time playing the game, and you're trying to remember what each one does. That can be overwhelming. And when you have someone that's just like, this game, I love that I got lots of like, this pixel art looks great. Wow, I can't believe how well produced this looks. But then so that draws them in. Great, perfect. But then it's like, read this wall of text to understand what you're doing, in addition to this 40-page manual. They Homer Simpson into the bushes all of a sudden. So, and some people, different people have different thresholds for reading. So anyway, okay, so we have this. So these are the different sections for like, okay. So I was thinking, okay, so up here is where I would say whatever the thing was. So sage or barbarian. So we'll say that up here. But now down here is where I need to have those little, I was gonna say bits and bobs, but that's not it. The specialization things that match up. Okay. So, I think I'm going to, so this isn't going to be exactly right, but I want to think, whoa, that's not what I want. I was in the wrong spot. Spy side versus spy side. Oh my gosh, Dale. I've always wanted to play a spy versus spy game. I never really read the comics, but I know they had them on like Game Boy and NES. I never got a chance to play on those. So, okay, so it looks like, so, oh geez. And because I was going to want these to sort of line up, like almost have, let me move these over. So almost have like, if this goes like this, it would always line up. Like there'd be this, I don't know if I'd want a white line or something, but something like this. Whoa, oh, deselect that. Something like this, where, whoa, it's off. Oh no. What happened? What happened just now? Okay, and then just realize this needs to go away, go away. Okay, and okay, this is bothering me, so let me fix this. Francisco, doesn't matter, but okay, that's better. Oh, interesting. Why do I have that like that? Oh well, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that now. So sort of like these are connecting, and these would be ideally the same element. So actually, let me just make that so. Make it so, number one. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and then fill this in, fill that in, and that in, and fill. Make this not continuous. Okay. So now they start. Then now they match. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize. Huh. Is that? Oh, that's right. Because I flipped it. That's why it's like that. Okay. I think I'm going to do something like that. No. Okay, like that. Anyway, so now these are sort of connected, and we could do. Oh, we could do this orange color. Let's make that be a bit more. Something like that. And then maybe it sort of leads into this. I don't know. That I'm not sold on this. But anyway, they're connected. And as you let me put, actually I need to put this part. I need to put these parts on their own layer. So let me do that real quick. And I'll get back to chat. Let's see, yeah, because I see you guys saying stuff. Okay, let me oh no, Francisco. Don't want to cut off all that. Okay, cut off that amount. No, wrong layer. Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay, let's call these specials boxes. Okay, new layer. This will be specials build Rex. Say that for now. And then the music stopped. Why can't you just keep playing? You play for Paul just fine. He probably uses Spotify. Oh, this is not what? No, I said loop the playlist and shuffle it. Why are you not doing that? It's not this hard. Actually, I have no idea. Maybe it's very hard to program this into YouTube. I have no idea. Doesn't seem like it'd be that hard though. because lots of people do it all the time. Okay, anyway, back to that. Dale says, I like seeing either the Mountain Dew commercial or their segment either on Mad TV or Mad, I'm not sure what TAS is, from Cartoon Network. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize they had a Mad TV segment. I didn't watch Mad TV a ton. I watched it some, but yeah, I don't remember that. All right, so now this is going to be on its own layer V. Okay, so now if we have deselect, we have this, we put all these into their own group. Maybe, please, would you please? Alt Shift, no, that's what it is. This will be job card. So then what's going to happen is, and this isn't a perfect example because I'm missing this black part. So actually, let's just continue because I probably want this to continue down on the charcoal black. So this will be like this, like that. Okay. So now what will happen is, as we no, I want movement. This is simulating what would happen. So you start off wherever it ends up being, and then okay, these match up. It only requires this one. These two are both red. Awesome. I get this power. All right. Now I level up again. Okay, now it needs to match two of these right here to get this power. So it's going to be something like that. And then the last one, obviously, all three. So I like that. I like how that sort of slides down and it's sort of, okay, this matches up. This is what you get. These are going to be higher because I'm going to have some of this cut out. I guess do I really need it cut out though? Maybe I don't, because I also want to have these available if anyone wants to get like a really rudimentary version of this. These are one card size and you could just get as regular plain card type things instead of these are this is like a chipboard, so it has some thickness to it as opposed to just a card. Oh, Mad the animated series. Okay, thank you. All these animated series. Why aren't you shuffling? Is that from Mad? Jill says it was a series of 10 to 15 minute shorts that was like exploring the magazine. Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. Oh, was Spy vs. Spy in the original Mad magazine? Is that where they originated? Because I never really read Mad magazine either. Okay, so this will go up and down. Okay, it's good sort of seeing this visual. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's where they were, Bobo. So I probably won't want this. I'd want this all to be the same color. I guess, okay, so let me think about this. If I just, first off, let me make this all the same color. And this will be on the job card, on the special build, yep. And this is just all gonna be this color, first off. Now let me copy this one, just as an example. Copy this one, and I make it about right there. And I have it also over here. See, here's the problem. Now I have this line going through, like let's say I do this. First off, I'm misaligned, which isn't helpful. But so let's go charcoal black, something like that. So I need to go back to specials build, go here, move it over. Also, while I'm at it, let me add this right there. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, this is great. I mean, this sort of looks cool. Like, okay, you got one. Those match. Great, you can do it. Okay, two. All right. Now those match. You have both of them. Oh, and I want this one to be there too. That's what it was. I guess I don't need to do that. I could just have it be, these are still linked and then you still get this. But then you have on the last one, you have this over here, and now it's just covering whatever you would have there. Because these would essentially have text in them. So that doesn't work. Darn it. I was thinking this is gonna be this cool like drop down thing and they connect and oh, maybe I don't need that though, because maybe it's enough to have it be just let me simulate it like this. So if I get rid of these, yeah, no, I'll keep those little nicks on there, but let's get rid of that, and we'll have so in that case I do want this. Okay, so come on, let me duplicate you, please. Okay, there. Okay, so they're there. That means you should be up one more because it's going into the one above, which is fine, I think. I may adjust that, but for now we're just going to do that. And then these two go up. And then we have one more over. Whoops, come on, right there. And then we're going to just fill this one in with the green just so I can see very clearly how it works. That and like this. Okay. So now undo that. We look at the card. So slide it up. Okay, so we have first match. Okay, we get this. There's nothing. Oh, I need to do this also. Have this little green bit on charcoal, black layer right here. Okay, boop. So nothing's hitting those. So it doesn't, I mean, this matches up, so you get this. And then we move the card down. Oh, I got another heroic feat. Okay, now these two match up, so I get this. Awesome. Wherever this thing is. And then finally, I get another heroic feat. And now these match up, and I get wherever this is. So as long as these three, you fulfill all these, but let's say this one. Oh wait, will that even work? Because now I'm thinking, which does that? Hold on, let me catch up. Sorry, I will answer that, Rushmore. Let me answer this. Dale says, I only had one copy when I was a preteen. Unfortunately, I never saved it, of Mad magazine. And then Rushmore Kirk says, where are you designing? So we have these. So these are sort of the redesigns of the cards, or the character cards for Junkyard Juggernauts, and I'm making it so that I got a lot of comments at the con I went to that there's a lot of text on this, which there is. So I'm trying to consolidate it by essentially I'm rewriting these sections first off to be a little bit more streamlined, so they'll look more like something like this, where it's just your actions. You got total attack, target attack, focus charge. This stack shock thing is gonna essentially go away. I don't know if I can turn it off. Let's see if I can do that quickly. I may not be able to. No, it's part of this table, so I won't be able to just turn it off. But that's gonna go away. This out of the storm part's gonna go away. This section over here is probably gonna be much more like the left-hand side, where it's just rows, boom, 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 just like stacked. These are your options. So doing that for actions, reactions. Then at the bottom, I'm hoping to have, like, because this is chipboard and I have this custom laser cut. So actually having this laser cut so it like sort of goes up and into it. So there's a section for a card to sort of be revealed a little bit underneath it. So if they're like right up against one another, you'd see whatever's at this section of the card at the bottom. Okay. And then when you get a heroic feat, you level up. You slide the card up, or the character sheet, the character up, or the card down, whichever you like. And then you see your next level thing. And then the third level, you do that. And then this has two sides. Like there's the action side, the reaction side. And then the other side is a different one. And each of them are specified to, like, okay, this is like the monk side. This is the barbarian side. So they have different elements. You could play this character with a different job each time and a different sort of flavor of that job each time. It's just to help with replayability. Plus, when you just start off, everyone starts sort of the same. You have your 3 basic actions, your 3 basic reactions. Everyone sort of starts the same. There is a little difference in terms of how many charges the characters have total, and Hobart here starts with 1, just right off the top. Riviera and Malcolm have 4 charge spots, and Saffron has 5. So I'm designing so that you can do this, but I just realized though, because I was thinking, okay, well, anyone could pick these jobs up and use them, but in doing that, I found, okay, so if I do this thing where they're matching based on, so on this job card, you get these abilities based on if you have all these or not. I realized, oh wait, if I'm having them match the characters like I sort of am here, then it's only ever going to work for this character. Because like, for instance, Riviera here, on her action side, which is this side. Oh, hold on. On her action side, she has, over here, a water, a wind, and an earth. So if she got this card, she maybe could get the earth one if it lined up right. It just depends. I'm just testing this. I haven't thought of like, okay, how is this balance? How does it work? So you have to pick one or the other, all that stuff. So I was hoping that, okay, well, you can have any job with any character and someone just work better than others. But now this has got me thinking maybe that's not going to really work out. Because ideally I want it to work with any of them. But how is that going to happen? How is that going to happen? Because if I do it this way, you're sort of locked in with having it be, oh, Barbarian or Sage, that's Saffron's. Okay, that's the job you take for Saffron. You take one of those 2 jobs for Saffron. You don't take any of the other ones because you're not gonna be able to unlock the higher tier stuff. So that's what I'm sort of problem solving in my head right now. Unless I make it so that they all require the same things, which doesn't make sense. I like that it's a different puzzle for each one. Okay, this one, I want to have these ones for, if I have this character, I need to be actually trying to get this type of build. So I'm trying to make that puzzle so that I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too, is what I'm trying to do. So this is one of those moments where you're just going to watch me sort of think, and I'll try to talk through what I'm thinking as I'm going. But yeah, that's what you get to experience now. Because sometimes, like I was telling Ashley this the other morning, where I was working on this, I'm an early bird. I usually get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'll read my Bible chapter, and then I'll usually work on this, or the podcast, or whichever makes more sense to do. And one morning, I'm just like, I felt like I hardly got anything done, but so much of it was just mental processing. Like, oh, how do I? Because I mean, when I there's like, I want to sort of work it out as much as I can in my head before I like commit anything to screen. And you want to work it out in screen and online playtest before you commit to like a print. So there's all these levels of commitment to what I'm doing. And so I thought this made sense in my head, but now I'm seeing on screen, it doesn't quite work how I was hoping it would work. So now I'm trying to think through what am I going to do with this? Okay, so I have it on, so I don't want to change how each character has their own sort of building format. You can build this way or this way. I like that element to this as the puzzle that you need to solve. So if I want maximal Riviera, maximal Saffron, I need to build my Juggernaut this way. And I will say it's kind of arbitrary the way you build it, but I thought it was sort of fun to do it that way. Anyway, but now if I'm doing this job system where anything will work with these, how do I make it so that if you get this job, then it will still work with your build. Like, I mean, I could just make no requirements, but then your build doesn't really matter. The way you build it doesn't matter because it has no bearing on what special abilities you get. And I could make it so, well, all the actions have to match, but the reactions don't, and that's for one side or the other, the left-hand side or the right-hand side. But I don't really want that, because then you could essentially, if that were the case, if I got Saffron with Saffron's sort of job specialties, she could unlock everything. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I guess I could make it so that what I don't want to do is that when you don't know, like, you've built your Juggernaut, awesome, and then you grab a job and it's like, I didn't build my Juggernaut at all in a way that's going to help with this. I have to totally redo how my Juggernaut is now. Whereas at least if you start off knowing, okay, I need these core things, these core 3 pieces are probably what's going to help me as I level up, then it's like, okay, well, I can kind of like, I was hoping to get these cards in the initial like go, or I got most of these, I know I need one more, I just need to focus on getting that card. You can do that sort of maneuvering. It's not as much of a like, great, I need 2 fires in the earth, I have 4 winds. That helps me not at all for this whatever job. So, I mean, I could make it so that each one is different so that you're never going to get it. No, don't like that. Maybe if I have these match up. Oh. That's somewhat interesting. I don't know, would that work? Huh. So here's what I just contemplated. Where you have something like, let's see, something like this. How would I best show this? Let's do, so I'm going to get rid of these pluses because I don't think they really make sense, first of all. So I'm going to get rid of those. So these could be a little closer together. But let me take this one, move it over here like this. Let's make it close. And then we'll make this one the water version. You want, oh, let me do wind. That makes a bit more sense for this character. Because I usually don't have opposite the opposing element in your builds. That will happen occasionally, but I try not to do that. All right, and then, nope, I want do I want that? Nope, we want that one. This one, Francisco. Okay, so I got this. All right, so now let's say I got a job, and some jobs will have, for the end special, will have these will have it lined up, because the last one will only ever have 3. So maybe some of them will have fire, fire, earth, but another job might have something, and this won't line up, but it'll have wind, fire, earth, wind, fire, earth, or something like that, or wind, fire, fire. And so, oh, I can't, this job won't line up with this, but you can maybe change it, and then when you shift it over, you lose out any benefit you got over here because it breaks all the reactions or breaks all the actions. Like, so sometimes, because you're never going to get both necessarily, but you might get one. So I think that's a cool thing. Like you both move it up and down, but then you have to shift it for what you're trying to go for. Maybe, so if I'm going to do something like that, I feel like I need to have them all be sort of in the center, and you're just going to shift it with whichever one makes the most sense. That makes sense, but then are you always gonna? Man, is that? I worry that that's too convoluted. Maybe. Dale says, "Aren't you just transferring what you already have onto this new card, but in less wordy way?" No. I'm actually adding more content, but in a way that you don't experience it right at the start. It's like it sort of drip feeds. Oh, I level up. Okay, now I get something new. I've already established. I already know what I'm doing with my attacks and my reactions. I leveled up. Oh, now I get something new. Oh, what do I get? Oh, I get a job. Okay, what's the first thing I get to do in this shop? Oh, I get this passive effect where I get an extra 1 damage on all my attacks or something like that. Okay, awesome. Level up again. Oh, what do I get now? Oh, now I have this new team up special that I get to have. That's awesome. Okay, now I know that I have already sort of in my head, I have all these other things, but it's just one more thing that I'm adding, and I'm already familiar with other things, so I'm not having to learn it all at once. So it's a way to give extra replayability, and I'm trying to make it so that you can have any job with any character. So, you know what? I may want to be a Barbarian Riviera, or I may want to be a Malcolm pirate, a Pirate Malcolm. I'm trying to make it like that. So it's not just reapplying, it's actually adding more to this and adding this sort of puzzle element where you're moving this card around to try to get the most specials possible. And I don't know how feasible that's going to be. This is very like early on, and maybe this is too much. Maybe I'm making it too convoluted. Maybe it's just like you level up, you get the next thing. You level up, you get the next thing. As it doesn't matter how you built your Juggernaut. I just want how you built your Juggernaut to matter some. So I think that's the thing that I'm struggling with. That I want it, how you make it to matter, because then you feel like, okay, I achieved this thing. You feel like you solved this puzzle. You're able to make it a certain way. You accomplished something. I want that, I don't know, for lack of a better word, dopamine hit of you figured this out. You're able to get the right cards and you got them into place. And then I want this added problem solving element of like, okay, now I have these. Now how can I shift this so that I can get this effect? But maybe that's just too much. And I should probably be thinking more on simplicity rather than this type of puzzliness, which I'm kind of bummed about because I was hoping for something a little bit more. But maybe, let me think. Maybe each job. Okay, each character has. Maybe I can do it this way. Let's try something like this. I don't think this will work, but let's say this character's core 3 elements are going to be. Let's go back to specialization here. And is this a new one? I think I want a new card, just in case I decide, you know what, all this is dumb. Don't go with any of this. Let me save this on a new thing. Metal. We'll call this level up. Level up. Okay, so this is a new file now. Baba says, new job. Dentist. Leave the game and start your own practice in place. That's not a junkyard. Oh, perfect. Why didn't I think of that? He's trying to be a misfit game maker. We're trying to find where he fits in. I like it. Perfect. Sold. Okay, so specialize. We want 1 fire. there. Let's see. This, I don't want, well, this could get cut off. So let's actually put it right there instead. And we'll add one little bit of this. Just go down. Okay, perfect. So that'll drop down now. That's in the middle. And we'll have a similar thing with Earth, which we'll put right next to it here. And we'll do a similar thing where this little bit drops down. And then we'll do Wind over here. Right there. And again, have this little bit drop down so it sort of breaks this bound, these bounds here. Okay. So now, maybe I didn't want to have these touching. Well, we'll worry about that in a second. Okay, so these go over the bleed. So these will be cut at some point, but it sort of goes down like this. Then we have our card down here. If you'll move for me, please. Okay, the card down here. Sort of get it somewhat centered up. Okay. And I'm going to remove some of these things. Get rid of these. Oh, whoops. That. And then all these little bits and bobs here, get rid of. And then these things, I'm going to move off of, I'm not sure where I put them. There for now. Okay. And then where, oh, let me get rid of that over there. Specialize. Okay, so each character will, what? Oh, right, it's on the charcoal black. Yeah. Actually, paint over that on the charcoal black. Not like that. Like this. With this F. Okay. Okay. So what I'm thinking now is what I might do is something where, let me move this card up some. Like that. So let's see, this would probably be the maximum of where it's at, of what, when it's showing. Okay. So let's say there's characters that need trying to think. Maybe it's, I mean, here's the thing. You could have it be where you take a character, maybe you just really love this one passive ability. It's great for your character, but none of the other level ups are going to help you that much. Okay, so, okay, let's go with something like this. So we have a Saffron here. And let's go, why don't I see, oh, because I'm on the wrong color, Francisco. Okay, this one goes all the way down and gives you access to this, this ability, or, and I'm going to do it this way, or this ability, or that ability. And I don't like that it's sort of like wonky, not centered. So let's fix that. Let's fix that, because that matters to me. May not matter to you. It matters to me. All right. Is that more centered? Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna move the whole card over. Boom. Okay, that's better. All right. So you have. So if you get Saffron and you get the Sage side, let's say, then it, okay, then we'll remove all up here. Okay, you've unlocked, you've gotten Saffron, you got this job, and I keep forgetting I need to like cut out some of this. Let's do that now. Otherwise I'm going to keep forgetting, and then I'm working with the space that isn't quite right. So let me do that. All right, so this is the right size. Let's look at all of that. Okay, so we want it starting there to about there. Actually, I know I need it to be like four pixels, which is about, ends up being, just the way I'm sizing things, 1/4 of an inch. You have to have all your cuts 1/4 of an inch away from one another. So something like that. So I could go up to about there, and the 1/4 of an inch cut's actually in here somewhere. It's not right up to this edge, but it's like that. Okay, so if I'm going to make a little line just so I can see, I'll put it on Saffron's layer right there, just right there. Okay, so I'll be right below that. Okay, so let's do this, go all the way to this side, go up to here, right there. So we're going to delete the action reaction part, and we're going to reselect that and delete the charcoal bleed part, or the charcoal black part. Okay. Now what we're seeing is it looks very wonky. Oh, because I need to move these specialization parts up. Working with layers, fantastic thing, though sometimes confusing. Okay, so now this will be something like this. And now if we move the job card down, it'll start, so it sort of slides in here. And so given that, we'll probably have this cut be curved just so that you can have it all the way down at some point. But for now, just so that I can see things a little better, we'll do this part. Is that that? Yeah, okay. Doop, doop, doop. And then this will be doop, doop, doop. Actually, it might make more sense just to have this all be sort of cut out. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Okay, so let me redo this. So we're gonna go, this is gonna look weird for a second, but only for a second. Don't you worry. It's gonna look great eventually, maybe. Hopefully. Okay, like that, then that, then that, then that. Then this goes down like that. And then for this one, we also have this added part. Okay. So now, if we slide this over and across, so this by itself, whoa, that's that won't work. This is way off. Let me catch up with you guys. Dale says, a little Rudolph for you. Exactly. Hadn't gotten past Halloween yet. Already thinking Christmas. I wasn't, but you guys were apparently. For some reason, I got this vision of an old Fisher-Price xylophone. Not sure why. Ooh, I could see that with the slide whistle. I could see where your mind is going with that. Okay. All right. So this, I just realized. So this would like slide up like this into this spot. Which is great. That's awesome. But these things are now not connected to anything, so that won't be helpful. So this cut is too high, is what I'm saying. So we actually need it to be lower, and that's fine. I just wanted to have some visibility. I'm fine with this sticking out some just to see it. Okay, whoops. Move that back over there. Right, did I get off? I thought I did. Yeah, go like that. All right, so let's move this all down. And this is going to be this part. Go like that. Yep. And we'll just go down. And I'm going to fix that part up there. But something like that, I think will be just fine. Then we're far away from this, so yeah, that should be good. Okay, now this part right here, we're going to just expand this down. Boop. Done. And then I don't need this little bit for saffron because that's just tell me a guide for how far up I could go, but I don't want to go up that high since I have these that I need to be going down. All right, so now getting back to this, we have, let's work through this puzzle. There's the puzzle I'm making, and then there's the puzzle to make the puzzle. Scott, hello. Yo, Scott, how are you doing? How goes, oh, by the way, I keep forgetting, I am totally open to playtesting A Perilous Road on TTS. I just don't, are you hoping to do it like just have people do it solo, or is it something you want to observe? Dale says, I hope your printer understands. Press print. What? You know what I mean, printer. Do what I want. Okay. But yeah, how are you doing, Scott? Hopefully you're having a good day. All right, so as I slide these up, where job card. Okay, so you put these in at first. Let me get rid of these because these are really distracting me and they're not really germane to this anymore. At least what I'm hoping to do here. All right, so we get this. Actually, that looks a little odd. Let me fix this over here. So it goes one or two ways, that way or that way. Why does that look odd? Because we're still not in the center. That's what it is. So maybe I just need to open these up to be double, because I'm not going to get a good right down the center line, unfortunately. So what happens if I do? Whoa, 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 whoa. Not what I wanted. Okay, something like that. Okay, so it sort of feeds into this. That's what I'm trying to show. Okay, feeds into that one. And let's, since I'm going with that sort of paradigm, let's open these up to be a little thicker. Oh, I'm on the wrong spot again. I will catch up with you guys in a second. I know I'm behind. D. Okay, like that. And then we got this one right here. Okay. And then, oh, that seems weird. Well, no. Now, if I do that, that should be fine. I'm going to have to work with that because that looks strange, but the concept is what we're really trying to get here. Okay. So now we slide. So we start off with something like that. Okay, we've picked our job. We slide into place. Okay. Oh, look, I have a fire one. I have a, this requires fire because it's, yeah, a red line. I guess that's what we're going to go off of. So that matches. So I get both of these. But let's say this is instead, we picked up a job that's sort of earth tone. It's earth, its primary thing is earth. Then it's going to look more something like, oh, if I could focus, something more like this. And then on the other side, it'd be something like this. And I may just color these the same. Again, I'm not really worried about the color, but okay, let's say it's like this. And then this one would actually be, whoa, not right at all. It'd be something like this. Okay. So if you take this job, then it's like, okay, well, I know I love this passive ability that this one gives me. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to slide it. If I take the whole job, I know I'm going to socket it into this one. So I'm going to have it be shifted over. So I'm not going to get any of the other benefits as we go up, but I want this ability because I love it so much. And it's going to be so helpful to get both these things. So you that's sort of the game you play. And then there's going to be ones where it's like, well, I can get two of them. I can get two of them with this build. Oh, but I can't get the third one. However, though, now I sort of have Scott in my ear thinking, well, but I'm going to want all three. I'm going to want all three. So I'm always just going to pick the one that matches me. Not everyone's you, Scott. Not everyone's you. Okay, let me catch up. Doing good. Solo is fine, but I'm happy to host teach for Perilous Road. Dale says, away from me, you Infinity Stones. Away with you. Exactly. Get out of here. Am I correct in saying you don't know how to make an ugly prototype? Oh, I actually can believe you're making all. Oh, you can't believe I'm making all the pictures. That's very kind of you, Scott. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for long enough that I feel like I can do it fairly well. I was saying earlier how I'm trying to process in my head before I commit it to screen, and then you try to do a lot of stuff iterative on screen before you commit it to the print. Dale says, stones do the snippety snap snap thing when they roll away. Do they? Yeah, I can't. I figured that's what you meant, Scott. Thank you for correcting though, just in case I was like, what? What do you mean? Yeah, so okay. I guess here's so I really like this idea, but are players even gonna do that? Are they always just gonna go with the one that matches them? I think to start you might, but I think it might be interesting. Okay, well, how can I make it interesting for every player? Like if I make it so that, okay, these ones, like you could always get maybe the second level, you could always get. So you could get the first level and the second level. I think if you could make it like that, that would be interesting. I think that'd be interesting enough. And yeah, the third level, if you want that, you're going to have to, I don't think you could ever get that. How could you do that? Well, let me continue on with this because maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself. So let me go back to red. Okay, so these are her core elements are these ones. So let's go. Whoa, let's go to the next section. So then, if you leveled up again, awesome, good job. So what do you get to unlock? Well, if you've built with a green limb, you still have this original red limb, but you've also built with a green limb, then you also unlock, if I could draw, then you also unlock this one. And again, this is not part of the crudity of this model. It's not to scale or to, I didn't have time to make it to scale or to paint it. It's great, Doc. Okay, so you get this one. But now you're sort of committing into actions or reactions, which is kind of what I want. I always wanted that anyway. So I like that. And then if you, otherwise you're just saying, you know what? No, I'm going to build my Juggernaut to have this instead. And the music stopped because of course it did. Because why would it continue? First thing to remember, says Dale, you won't satisfy everyone. That is true. That is so true. And that's something I'm having to remind myself of. I'm ultimately making this. All this is really just a way for God to work on me, regardless of the outcome of how well this does or doesn't do. Really, this is about how God is growing me through this. And this time I get to spend with him doing this creative stewardship. And so that's ultimately the outlook. I mean, yes, I would like to do it with excellence and to do it with a way that brings joy to as many people as possible, because that's the I think that's like my goal. I don't know if that's necessarily God's goal. Dale says, at some point you'll have to say, this is the game, folks, deal with it. Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying, there's someone that says like something to this effect. Don't sacrifice the good on the altar of the perfect. That is to say, when you're making something, not like we should always strive to be like perfect, like Christ is perfect. But when you're making something, you're never going to reach perfection. It's never going to be exactly how you want it in your head. You're going to have to settle at some point. So if you don't let yourself like be like, this is enough, this is done, I need to be done, you're never going to ship whatever it is. You're never going to get it out to the people that might really enjoy it. So, okay. So we have these. So you have a green limb and well, I guess this could work. If you have a green limb, a fire limb, or an earth limb, fire limb, wind limb, would you unlock all of these? I guess you could, and that's not really what I want. So maybe it's maybe this gets into the thing where it's like arm, leg. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Okay, let me think about that. So if I have, okay, so I'm going to backtrack quite a bit. What the? Oh, whoops. I was Control-Z in OBS. That is not what I wanted to be doing. Control-Shift-Z redos. Okay, let me redo. There we go. Saffron, go back. All right. So in a sprite, undo it all. Okay, that's what I want. so now what we're going to do instead is do something where we're moving this over. Let's make sure we're in the right spot. Okay, good. And now we're going to do. Okay, so now we have 4. I think this might work. I don't know, we'll see. It may not work. But if we do something like this, and so Scott, just so you're aware, so each of these would be essentially level 1. These are the 2 specials you have access to. Level 2, these are the 2 specials you have access to. Level 3, these 2 specials. Essentially, these are job cards that you won't have to start. You won't have as you start. So everyone sort of starts off kind of the same, just so that you're only having to, regardless of who you start with, you're always just like, okay, I've learned it. Okay, I know I'm starting this way. There is some variations in terms of this middle section with the different boxes. Like Saffron here has 5 charge spots. Riviera has 4 charge spots. Hobart has 3. So there is some variation, but the main things you can do are mostly the same to start. Then you get your first heroic feat, and you get to pick a job. And you can take any of the job cards. There's going to be 4 of them. And they have a sort of a, for lack of a better term, they have a light side and a dark side. Each has its own set of actions and reactions that you level up through as you level up. So you get your first one, you pick a job, and you get your level 1 jobs, which are going to be like pick the right layer, Francisco, right here. So you're going to slide it under your character card. And okay, these are my level 1s that I have access to. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out though, because I want the puzzle of, you can choose any job. If you choose a job that matches your character, you're probably gonna have access to more of the specials. But there may be another job that you're like, I wonder what it would be like if Saffron was instead of Saffron being a Templar or a barbarian, what if she was a pirate? What would that look like? So just to add a little bit of spice and replayability to how you might want to play these characters. The problem I'm running into is that if I want to tie it into, okay, Saffron, your core build is going to have these 4 in some, or these 2 in some regard, like these are your 2 arms, these are your 2 legs. No, I don't want that. Maybe oh no, I'm trying to make it so that it has to be all one or all the other. I don't think I can do it this way though. Like you have to sort of spec into one or the other. You can't do all of them. But if you had 2 arms, 2 legs, earth arm, fire leg. Oh, maybe it's no, that won't work either. I'm just trying to think of a way to do it so that you can pick any job, and ideally you can level up all the way. But it still matters how you build your Juggernaut, because I want how you build your Juggernaut to matter. And I thought there is a fallback way it can matter, in that you get more sort of upgrade. Like every card that matches your Juggernaut, it comes into the game fully upgraded to its max metal level. So I could do that and then just forgo this. I still like the leveling up thing. But this trying to match it, I like the puzzle element of it, but I'm struggling in the puzzle of trying to figure out how to do it in a way that's satisfying. Jill says, I can't give you any examples, but there are games that I have played for years, like Uno or Stratego, that revise the rules when you bought new or updated editions. Yeah, that's true. And maybe this is something where I do it in an updated, like 2nd edition has this type of stuff. And it may be something where I just need to like take a step back, come back to it fresh and be like, oh, that's how I solve it. But I do want to try to talk through it some with you guys. And who knows, maybe you guys have an awesome idea of how to do it. Okay, so if I could make it so that the first 3 are arms, the last one is a leg. So I could do something like that where you have to have 2 of your arms have to be one of these 3 things. Is that a little too confusing to like all these are arms. So what? Do I need to have 3 arms to get this? Yeah, I don't want it to really be that, because that'd be confusing. I mean, I could go back to having one side and the other side. Oh, this whole arrow thing. Why don't I just do it the other way? Why aren't I just doing it the other way? Because then I could have the 3. Have the 3. It could build into there. Okay, but then I'm still running into the same issue, Francisco. If you have it like one collection on one side, one collection on the other, you're still running into the same issue of when you level up, you're not going to be able to access all the things. You're not going to be able to access all things. You might be able to access 1, maybe 2, but not all 3 unless people share different builds. Like you are built this way for your actions, you're built this way for your reactions. I guess they could share some of that. There could be overlap. I don't think that'd be a bad thing. Could I make it so that when you look at, when I'm looking at this, so I'm looking at these cards here, I have these 3. I have like a water, a wind, and an earth. Okay, so for this job, I need those things. Is there a way that I could somehow get that with this? Water, wind, earth. Okay, I got the earth and the wind. Let's say those could just go anywhere. I got those. How can I get the water one? Is there just no way for me to get it? Is that I just got the job that I can't spec into that? Or is there a way to say or maybe the last one you get like a freebie, like you get it if you are able to level up 3 levels. It just, you don't need anything extra special for it. The whole matching thing, I mean, I could make it so that each job is just, when you pick the job, that's the thing that matters. And those have their own stipulations, and each level, okay, you need 1 extra thing, and it doesn't have to match the character at all. But then, like I think I was saying earlier, then the job is, you don't, let's say you built your Juggernaut and I leveled up, okay, now I get a job. Oh, and you can pick what job you want, but it's like, well, this doesn't match any of mine. Or let's say you're the last one to pick a job, and it's like, well, I built my Juggernaut this way, and now this doesn't match my Juggernaut at all. I'm sort of out of luck. So I don't want that. And having it so that you know what elements you need to begin with will allow you to be like, okay, well, I got these in the junkyard. Okay, I got these because I know these are the ones I needed to sort of focus in on. Okay, good. And maybe I'm making this whole job thing a little too complicated. And you remember simplicity, Francisco. Simplicity. Okay, so let's think about it another way. Maybe the jobs themselves don't have to do. Okay, you gotta pick, Francisco. Either the way you build your Juggernaut matters a lot, or it doesn't, or it's more open. It's less restrictive. Yeah, maybe I just make it, maybe how you build it matters, of like, okay, you build Saffron with all fire limbs, that's great, they're gonna be maxed out, but then you're reducing your pool of amplify fire attacks by a lot. And you're also opening yourself up to like Hobart Static Shock thing or something. Oh, but he won't have Static Shock? I don't know. So maybe that matters, how you build. Just like if you build with limbs that match your element, your Mageineer's element, they'll come into the game fully upgraded. I think that kind of makes sense. What keeps you? Then why wouldn't you just try to get all the same limbs? Because then they'd just be maxed out. You'd never have to reconfigure your Juggernaut at all. And maybe I don't want people to have to reconfigure their Juggernaut at all. Maybe it's just like, no, you build it, you're done. You don't have to like remake it and have to worry about that aspect of it, unless you get like a better card. Then you can upgrade it again. Yeah, because I guess someone could get like maybe a 2, a 3, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a run of they're all red, they're all maxed out, but they're not the best. Now give me a 10. Okay, I get that. Yeah, I feel like they're. I like that, and then, jeez. Okay, let me catch up with you guys. Dale says, you haven't woke Ashley and yourself up because you had an epiphany. You wake up like the ringmaster from Dumbo. I got it. No, I have not done that. When a new idea arises for this game, no, it has not come to that. Let's see. Scott says, what about an upside down pyramid? First ability matching the player color, then 2 abilities, 1 with player color, 1 not, then 3, 1 with player color, 2 not. I mean, that the upside down pyramid is what I'm trying to do in terms of like you're adding more knowledge each level. Like you just start with the bare minimum, then you add to it, and you're expanding your abilities as you go up the pyramid. So I am trying to do that. I'm trying to understand what you mean by the first ability matching the player color. Okay, so but if we have essentially 4 different job cards, so if you go with that, then the job you pick is always going to be the one that matches your character. Like I feel like each one is themed to be part of an element. So you could mix and match. That's what I want. I want you to be like, okay, this is the water jobs card, but I'm going to play it on this fire character. See what mayhem I could get myself into. I want that ability. So if I haven't matched your character, you're never going to get that first one, because the water jobs are never going to match the fire Mageineer. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, the way you build it is how that matches. But then if you're making it so that you have a preset build, and unless I'm misunderstanding you, Scott, which is highly possible, I can very easily misunderstand things. Or can I? Maybe you just misunderstood my misunderstanding. I'm playing 4D chess right now. Yeah. But let me reread what you said then. Bob says, have you crafted mashed potatoes into a shape and said, this means something, this is important? Yeah. I'm Richard Dreyfuss right now. Exactly. Okay. So first ability matches the player's color. So let's say I did that. So I got this job card. It's red. It matches my player color. Awesome. Let's just go with this. Okay. Then then one ability doesn't match. So then we're getting into like, well, the jobs are like not really spec'd for a certain color, which might be fine. That might be fine. But then it's like, if I leveled up and now I don't get a new ability, is it really that great to level up? Or you're saying, oh, the first one, the ability matching the player card, then 2 abilities. So, okay, the first ability. So this first one would just be like 1 color, the red. This is all red down here. Then I move up, and then now there's 2 abilities. And now I have to pick one. One is the player color and one's not the player color. Okay. I like that. So then you're getting into the space where, oh, maybe I got a different, maybe I'm a different color, and now it matches my. Now this one I still can have access to, but this one I can't because it matches a different player color. And now this last one, but then this last one has 3, 1 that matches the player, and then 2 that don't. Oh, okay. Now I think I'm understanding you. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 abilities. 1 matches your player. The others don't, but they'll match, and they'll do a different thing based on who you get. Oh, okay. But then we're still in this then I'm still in this quandary of like, does the way you build your mech matter? And maybe that's the thing. Like if you build, like let's say I'm this fire character, but I want access to this upper tier that has a water ability, or a wind ability, then I need to have those in my Juggernaut somewhere. And that's how I get access to them. Or maybe I have to have a majority. Like the first level, I have to have 2 of these limbs to get both of them, or I have to have a fire limb and I'm the fire character, and I have to have a green limb. And the third one to get all 3, man, that just seems like it'd be really powerful. But then that's the point of building your Juggernaut. If you want to unlock all 3 of these, you need to build it a certain way. So yeah, I think I'll work on that. That could be the way to go, Scott. Dale says, you don't want to make the game either too hard nor too easy to play, but I pray that you can find some satisfying conclusion or closure to this part of the game's development and more on the next stage. Thank you, Dale. I think a lot of the other parts of the game that I'm hoping to playtest this Sunday, like the Warlord is now going to be triggered at a certain time when a certain number of corruption go out on the board, or are used up from the bottom part. When half of the corruption is used up, that triggers picking who the Warlord is, and it's going to be through a bidding mechanic. So essentially, it's going to be, let's see if I open this up. Let's see. Okay. What? Okay, let me save this. Let me try this again. Open. Oh, because I renamed it. That's right. I'm like, where are you? You're right here. I renamed you. Okay, so I'm going to start having so we have corruption that goes out on the board. And usually on the back of corruption are these potions. But on one of them, that's in the first, there's going to be 24 corruption total. In the first 12, you're going to seed this tempt root. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be essentially this tempting fruit. That's the portmanteau I'm trying to make. If you get that essentially says you're the Warlord, or you can be the Warlord. You can choose, because when you bid at this specified time, you can put that in the pot, and maybe that's the only one you put in, and it's like winner take all. Like whoever puts in the most corruption, they get all the corruption, and that will turn into potions at the end. So if you want to be the Warlord, and you don't have this, you'll probably put in a lot, and in hopes of someone that is you'll either get a lot of potions, which would be great, or you'll get the Warlord from someone who doesn't want to play the Warlord. But if you do want to play the Warlord, you don't have to bid anything first off, you don't have to bid anything, and maybe you just keep it, or you bid a lot but not that, because you don't have to bid with everything, and then you possibly take a lot of the potions and you're the Warlord. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Anyway, Scott says, yeah, you got that, what I was picturing. Now I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, Lord God, thank you so much for Scott being here for a bit, for his insight. I pray he has a good nap. Please prepare him for any subbing he's going to be doing. Also his work on the Perilous Road and all his other games that he has in the hopper. I pray you fill him with your creativity and your insight, and may he have a restful nap. I pray protection and provision over him, and look forward to the next time we can hang out and stream together. Amen. Have a good one, Scott. Thanks for being here. Dale says, computer, where you put it? Yeah, where did you put it, computer? Do they have to bid to the nearest dollar without going over it? No, it is not Price is Right. It's just like, I bid 5 potions, you bid 4 potions, I win. That's something like that. And it's like, well, can't you just know how many potions someone's gonna bid? Well, what you do is you take 2 die, 2 d6, and you sort of set them. Okay, I'm gonna have these be my numbers. It could be like a 5 and a 5, which means I'm putting nothing in the pot. It could be at most you could do 5. So a 6 and a 1. Okay, I'm putting 5 potions. All right, 5 potions in. You did a 2 and a 3 or something like that. You're putting 1 potion in. Okay, reveal. Oh, I won the bid, so I take all the potions. Essentially, they pay you whatever the potions they said they would. And so, if I got this, in my potions and I don't want it, then I can give it to I can have that be in the pot so that someone else gets it. That way it allows for people that want to play the warlord to try to get that. And if I'm someone who I really don't want to be the warlord, it's a lot easier to get rid of it. Plus, I mean, even if you're not wanting to be the warlord or you don't care, but you want more potions, that's a great way to try to get potions too. It's like bid all your potions and then you have a higher chance of getting all the potions that everyone else bids. Okay. So that's that. Let's get back to this. All right. So upside down pyramid. Let's try that. Let's give that a shot. The only issue with that, well, maybe the first one is just a passive ability. So it doesn't really have, the first one's is either going to be a team up or a passive ability. It depends on if you're having the sort of the light side or the dark side. So let's do that though. Specialist build. Let's get rid of this like arrow thing because I don't think I need it anymore. All right. So this first one is going to be, we'll do it like so. Watch how we do this. Do 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 do. Go straight across, and then all this I think we're just going to delete to about there. Whoa, aren't I? Oh dang it, I put it in the wrong place. Undo, 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 redo. This is what I wanted. Okay. So let's start with this. Delete that. Then delete that. Then delete this. Okay. And now we'll do the same over here. And delete that. And then this. And now we're going to make this a little different. So we're going to do this. Copy that over. Now take this color and do the inside. And that's to indicate that this happens regardless. This is and I'll say like probably in the area, whether it's an action or a reaction or a passive. First, yeah, not quite, Paul, but nice try. How did your errands and stuff go? Okay, so this is the passive that you get by being the matching color. Maybe I want to make it that it's one of two. It's either maybe you could be red or green. Is that gonna make sense? Let me think about this. Red outline. And if I make the inside part green, does that make sense? Whoa. I don't know if that really reads like, okay, so you can have it can be fire or you can be earth and you'll get this bomb ability. I want something that says that, but I'm not quite sure how to do that with color. I mean, I could just also say in here, that's what that is. Could be one or the other. Oh, no, keep that. No. Paul says, just got back from errands, about to work on Inktober sketches. Red, yellow, blue, green. This way people can play Simon or Twister on the cards. Yeah, exactly. That's why didn't I think of that? That's brilliant. Wow. So, because I'm trying to think, this has to work for all the color combinations. So, this side will be like red and green. The other side would be red and purple. I'm really just thinking hard in my head, guys. Sorry, it's so silent. Okay, well, before I do, let me just extend these before I do any more. Since we're gonna have something like this. So now we have, probably should 1, 2, yeah, make it even there. Okay, I'm gonna do this, extend it out, and this one extend out, and then this one is going to have 3. So we have there, then we have 2. So maybe make this half the size. We'll do that, and then we'll delete this one. I'm not sure how big these are all going to have to be, but we'll delete that one, and then just duplicate this 3 times. I feel like that's still too big. Yep, that's still too big. Okay, so let's make it a little smaller. Probably just like 1, 2, 3 pixels should do it. Okay, and 1. I think that did it. Oh, so close. 2 pixels shy. Okay, so in that case, this just needs to be 1 pixel less. 1. Okay, now I'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're so close. So we can make this middle one 1 pixel smaller, just to make it even. Okay. All right. So, and this is really just not helping. Okay. So we have this card. So we got the coloring's not right. Let's think about how this would work logistically, though. Okay. So we don't have the card. This is just our character. Then this is really bothering me. Hold on, guys. Probably would want to make this sort of a curved area on the laser cut. So what's going on there? Oh, that's in the this part. Okay, I think. Yes, it's okay. So curve that out. Okay, so now we'll move this up. So okay, we get our job card. Why are you off center? Okay, get our job card. All right, here's our first job that we get. Awesome. And then it works for fire or available to fire or earth characters. Next one. Okay. This one's available if you're fire. This one's available if you're earth. Next. This one's available if you're fire. This one's available if you're earth. This one is available if you're wind. Or if you have those 3 in your juggernaut, let's say. If you have those 3 in your juggernaut, you could get this. You could get, if you have these 3 things, if you have a fire limb, a wind limb, and a fire and earth limb, you can get all 3 of these things. I think I like that. I think I like that. And then up here you could just you could have like core build elements. Could be those 3, so you know, okay, I'm going to want those 3 limbs if I want to max this out. Or if I get a different job, I know that, okay, at the top of this card is like water, fire, earth, something. Water, fire, earth. Okay, I know I'm not going to be able to get all of them. I'm going to be able to, or well, no, I could build that. I just have that in my build. but I won't be able to get this first passive ability, which is kind of weird. That's the only thing about this dynamic is like, so I can't get this one. I leveled up. I took this job. I can't get this. I can get maybe these ones, but not this. That just seems strange. Paul says, but red plus blue does not equal purple. It doesn't? I thought it did. Uncle Lewis, do you know what layer is below the yellow orange saffron layer? Is that are you like doing a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on me? The blessing. The blessing. Oh my word. Well, you could get this. Let's see. You get this if you're fire. Get this if you're earth. Could you also just get this if you have a fire or an earth limb? I guess then it could work. Yeah, and then it just gets more constrictive. You get this sort of auto. So if I get a... Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, let's say this is the water character, and I take this job. I could be the water character and still get all three if I have a earth, fire, and wind limb. And for doing that, then if I have the added benefit of I get to level up, max out the metal of any limb that matches me, then I'm like, well, I'm not going to get that, but I'm hoping to get this cool ability later on. I think that's kind of, I think that's the way to go. Yeah. So now I just have to worry about fitting cool things into all these buckets. And do I still have room at the top for like, okay, yeah, this is the, so this would be like Templar, Barbarian, etc., etc. I'm not sure where I'd fit like level 2, level 1, level 3, level 3, level 3, level 2, level 2, level 1. I'm not sure how I do the type on this. Okay, so now with this dynamic, how you build your Juggernaut or what, it's less important. It still matters, because if you want these, you have to build it a certain way. You may not know that necessarily. You may be like, oh, war, I'm that. Oh, it's gonna need these. Oh, I don't have that. Okay, I'm gonna get a different job. Because I think job should be something where you pick it. I mean, you could just do random, but I feel like it's something where I pick the job because I got the heroic feat. Oh, you get the next heroic feat, you get the job. Or class, whatever, Paul. Job description. After building Juggernauts in the junkyard for a few years, I leveled up and started building various items, such as houses, furniture, and signs that don't say don't read. Well played, PaulJPowers.com. Wow. You should we should get you a clip or something so that we could do it, because I don't think if I do, shout out PaulJPowers.com. I don't know if you have any clips. Well, I'll give you that at least. But yeah, I don't think any clips will come up. So we need to start clipping your channel so that when I do this or in Geek Devotions, we see some really cool, so awesome. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I think that's the way to do it. So we'll get rid of a lot of this extra stuff. We'll have this. I still don't know if this should be like so one of them is passive, one of them is not. Yeah, the brighter side should always be okay, yeah. So this bottom one, it's just gonna be fire, or if you have a fire limb, this bottom one will work. Okay, so I don't have to worry about the character necessarily. If you have the character, awesome, it will work. Otherwise, because it's that way, this can always be red. I don't have to worry about making this like some weird green or anything. So let's do this. Let's do instead of this, we're gonna have the orange color, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up here, guys. Momentarily.
Help! I will help you, Princess Toadstool. I will help you. And while you're in there, can you like kick him in the crotch?
Yeah, kick him in the crotch.
Obviously, his
Sometimes
sensitive regions are exposed where you're at. So
right?
Come on, help a guy out.
Help a guy out, Princess Peach. Jeez.
Are you just gonna do these?
Apparently.
All right.
Are you just gonna keep
Not
with this clip?
Exactly what I wanted. Was I supposed to go all the way up and knock you out? I don't think so. I think I.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Okay, so focus, Francisco. To the focus. So I want to do this, and then I was just going to draw another band in there. Not.
Oh, guess who it is?
Oh,
That's right.
gosh.
It's Calculus. Back for another spin of the Wheel of Morality. Wheel of Morality 012. Tell us a lesson that'll make us moo. Moral number 10. We have here a moral from Yoshi. Don't leave a picture of yourself with a green screen background on the internet. It's dangerous out there. Just do it! And then bye.
Oh my word. Okay, so can you tell which moral it is by the intro of the calculus? I haven't gotten to that point yet. I haven't, and probably at one point I might have been able to, but people don't spam morals as much, so I've lost a sense of which ones are which. Okay, so I think. All right, time to spin more. Oh gosh.
Hi again, gang. Calculus here to bring you another installment of the Wheel of Morality. Wheel of Morality 012. Tell us the moral that'll make us moo. Moral number 274 from Geek Devotions. Beware Francisco inviting you to play multiplayer game. He's probably gonna smote you.
Well, I will.
Yeah, he smotes me often. But then I get him back. Ha ha ha. Bye.
Do you, calculus? Do you?
Yeah, I do. If I saw this drawer, I would.
And that's why you're in the drawer, calculus. The only problem with this is I don't know if I'll have it done by Sunday, which is when the next thing is, but man, that's fine. Now, I feel like I'd want to color this. Yeah, this one should be colored green if I'm going to have it be red or green. So let's try that. And then this part will be like this. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's green. And then we have, let's see, one would be, I guess maybe one would be one more passive. No, they'd all be things you could get. Wow. They'd all be things you could get. Oh, maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe I just need to be, maybe it's not 3 different ones, but it requires 3 different things. Like the first one just requires fire. This next one, well, but I want to have it be, action or reaction. Yeah, so, man, that's tricky. Because if I want action or reaction, then I need to have this like, gonna go, have a great night, you too, Paul. And I'll go ahead and end here. Lord God, thank you for this evening. Thank you for everyone who stopped by and was a part of the stream. I pray that they were blessed, that you'll be glorified in all we did tonight. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this creation that you've made of Junkyard Juggernauts and being a steward of it. Thank you for me getting to partner with Paul and having some awesome art commissioned. Thank you so much for all that you've done for us. Please, Lord, protect us, provide for us. May all of us who have perfect faith and trust in you pursue you more and more each day. And may we all experience your love, grace, beauty, and truth in a fresh new way. And pray all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, who left all majesty to come down into our depravity, lived the life we went, taught us how we could, conquered sin, overcame death, being raised to you, the Father, making a way for us all to have a right relationship with you where there wasn't a way before. Amen. All right, guys, until next time, here is your stream face. Amen.